Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And a couple weeks ago on stream, I had a subscriber ask about balance transfer business cards. Now, balance transfer is moving a balance between credit cards that have a higher interest to one that would have preferably a 0% interest or a very low interest, depending on the card, depending on, the balance in question. Now, this would be moving, say, $3,000 balance from a card with like a 28% interest rate down to a 0% interest rate. If you're not going to be able to fulfill that $3,000 balance, which we should be aiming to take care of our balances in full every month, lives. So like balance transfers are a great way for life to life a little bit less for you. So there are business cards that actually have balance transfer options. So here's a number of them that I found. We're going to go through them and just, go highlight the cards. Now, typically balance transfer cards that are specifically for balance transfers, don't come with a lot of perks. A lot of cards that are no annual fee cards, like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Freedom Flex, the Wells Fargo Autograph, the Wells Fargo Active Cash, the Citi Double Cash, the Citi Custom Cash, a couple other no annual fee cards. Saver also will have a balance transfer option. The Quicksilver has a balance transfer option. The American Express Blue Cash Every Day has a balance transfer option. You'll have options on those cards to transfer a balance at like a 3% fee, sometimes up to a 5% fee. Kind of depends on how long the balance transfer is. You pay a 5% fee up front, and you're able to pay down that balance over time at like set monthly payment that you'll be able to have everything paid off in full by the end of the balance transfer. Now, you do have to make sure that you're aware of your terms and conditions, because some cards with these introductory balance transfer options may backdate the interest all the way to when you made the transfer. So just be careful of that. But 0% interest is definitely a way to help yourself out as needed. So here's a number of cards that have 0% introductory APR balance transfer options. And we're going to go from the longest that I found to ones that are relatively interesting. Now, these are relatively large banks or partnered with subsidiaries of relatively large banks. And the first card that you see up on the screen with me here is from PSCB. Now, PSCB is not the bank that I'm going to be talking about in terms of the issuer of the card. It just happens to be a bank I know that has this particular card. This is going to be any Elan Financial Services business card. Now, they do have a number of other options for business cards, ones with rewards and various cashback options. Elan Financial is a subsidiary of US Bank. So think of these cards sort of as like the US Bank Platinum business card. The Platinum business card doesn't have an introductory balance transfer APR, and these cards will. Now, these will be local banks, credit unions, anyone that has signed up to work with Elan Financial in terms of servicing their credit cards. All of those banks will have this particular card as a business card, or the option for this particular card as a business card. So this is just the Elan Financial business card. It's a Visa card. You're going to get a 0% introductory APR for up to 18 billing cycles. After that, it's 16.99 to a cap of 25.99, depending on your credit worthiness. Now, there's no other rewards or cashback or anything else to this card. This is just a set it and forget it balance transfer option. It is 0% APR on balance transfers and 0% APR on purchases. So if you need to make a large purchase, but you got nowhere else to put it, here you go. Now, you can do this balance transfers within 558 days, which is relatively lengthy. I want to say this is like the full extent of the 18 months. I don't feel like doing math, but it's more than a year that you can just keep transferring balances over. It is a 3% balance transfer fee, but again, that's 3% for the peace of mind of making sure that you're going to get this taken care of. So there you go. The PCSB is just a bank that utilizes this card. I'm not going to go into PCSB too much. So that is the first card we're going to cover. Now, the next card comes from a credit union I've talked about before. It's actually from Fairwinds Credit Union. Now, Fairwinds has two credit cards on the business side, the Business Cash Visa and the Business Rewards Visa. Both of them give you 1.5% cash back on all purchases, or 1.5 points on all purchases. I am not sure if you can pool your Fairwinds points with the business card with the previously mentioned Fairwinds Visa Signature card. That is a card that is 5 times travel, 5 times amusement parks, 2x on everything else. Since I've talked about that card, Rich with Points has talked about that card, and I believe Uncle Luke has also talked about that card. I think Uncle Luke gave me a shout out on that one. But these are the business cards from Fairwinds. So they're pretty simple earners. They do also each come with welcome offers. So you can earn $500 cash back when you spend $5,000 in the first 90 days of opening your card. You can earn an additional $1,500 in additional cash back when you spend $50,000 in the first 180 days of your card being opened. Same with the Business Rewards card. Now, these both come with 0% interest APRs for purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. So you get a full 12 months there, and your APR after that is going to be set at either 17.49 or 18, and I think that's a fixed APR. So you have that flexibility with these cards. Fairwinds, you will have to join Fairwinds Federal Credit Union. They're based in Florida. Most Florida residents will have the ability to gain membership really easily. There are some other ways to join Fairwinds. Just check out the Fairwinds site. But their business cash and business rewards visas are both flat 1.5% or X earning cards. You can cash out the points at 1 cent per point, the 1.5% on both. And they both come with 12 months of purchase and balance transfer 0% APR and seem to have fixed APRs after that. So relatively interesting cards in terms of you do get some rewards here. You do get a welcome offer. You also have the ability to kind of use that escape hatch with the balance transfer APR as needed. So next, we're going to move to M&T Bank. This is a bank that you'll have to schedule an appointment with M&T or call them to apply for their credit cards. But they do have a balance transfer business credit card with an introductory APR of 0% for 12 billing cycles. A balance transfer fee will apply. I believe for them it's 3%. Typically, you'll see higher percentage fees for lengthier balance transfer periods. So the Wells Fargo Reflect card, I think, is a 5% balance transfer fee, but you're getting 21 months at the end of the day. Same with the Citi Diamond Preferred card. I think that's also 5%, but you get 21 months. Variable APR going from 14.49 to 21.49. You do have to contact M&T Bank directly. No ability to sign up for this card online, but M&T is still a relatively large bank. It's not a particularly regional bank like the next one I'll talk about, but I did want to include them here since they do have a 12-month option in this requested category. So that's M&T. Again, you do have to contact them. Is what it is, but I do feel like M&T is a big enough bank that most folks will have heard of them. Next, we're going to jump to Huntington. And the Huntington Voice Rewards card. This is actually a really strong business card and a really strong personal card. It gives you 4% back in the category of your choice. You get to choose the category. Now you do have, it is broken down into quarters and a quarterly cap, but you do get to spend $7,000 on that quarterly cap with this card. So you can spend up to $28,000 with 4% back in the category of your choosing. So their options are also really, really wide. So you do get auto parts and service stores. You get department apparel and sporting goods stores. They also give you examples. So auto parts would be AutoZone, Discount Tire, Goodyear Auto Service. I'm sure Valvoline would be there, as well as service centers. Apparel, sporting goods stores, that's Ann Taylor, Dick's Sporting Goods, Macy's, gives you a wide range there. Discount and warehouse stores, a badly needed category on customer cards, and more cards than this. Oh, most of these are also the same on the Huntington Voice personal card. So this is Big Lots, Family Dollar, Sam's Club. I'm sure Dollar General is also a card. Would also be there. Electronic store, computer and camera stores. Now, Huntington is headquartered in Ohio, but they have branches across the Midwest, so they're going to mention Midwest Photo. I'm sure that B&H Photo in the Northeast would be the equivalent, but the Apple Store, Best Buy, Midwest Photo, gas stations, grocery stores, home improvement stores, restaurants, travel and entertainment, utility, and office supply stores, all covered at 4%, up to $7,000 in spend per quarter. Now, I say all this to also mention that in the first year, here are the terms and conditions, in the first year, you do get an introductory APR of the first 12 billing cycles for balance transfers and for purchases. Balance transfers, 3% balance transfer, 12 billing cycles, and your APR will be 15.24% to 26.24% based on your credit worthiness, and that's the market and prime rate, whatever. But 0% introductory APR for first 12 billing cycles following account opening on any balance transfer made within the first 90 days following account opening. After that, this card, unlike most of the other cards that I mentioned before, also comes with the ability to earn 4% cash back in the category of your choice, up to $7,000 in spend per quarter. This card is awesome. Oh, and there's no annual fees or foreign transaction fees. This is a great card. I can see why RJ Financial loves voice rewards cards when he needs to use them. So Huntington, again, this one's a bit more of a regional bank, also a regional bank in the Midwest. Fifth Third Bank does offer 0% introductory balance transfers on some of their cards. You have to be a Fifth Third Bank customer in order to qualify to open it, so that is why I did not include those cards in this list, but a brief mention here. Finally, we're going to close with PNC. So PNC has a number of business credit cards. They have one specifically for balance transfers and purchases with no rewards associated with them. So this is the PNC Business Credit Card. Real simple and straightforward name. You get an introductory 0% APR for the first 13 billing cycles. This is for both purchases and balance transfers. So there you go. APR will vary. It'll go from 16.24 to 26.24, but 13 billing cycles, purchases, and balance transfers when the balance is transferred within the first 90 days. This card has nothing special attached to it. There's also the PNC Points Reward Visa card. This offers like 5 times points per dollar on all purchases, but it's PNC points, and their value is very much made up. You get a 0% cycle, but this is a 0% cycle for 9 billing cycles for both purchases and balance transfers. You just have to take that into account. Your balance transfer fee on this one is going to be 5%. This is one that, you only grab this one for a balance transfer if you've absolutely just struck out on everything else. But it's a possible option for you. We're going to end on that one. We're going to come back to the Fairwinds ones because I like these cards. These would probably be the ones that I would most likely get. If I could qualify for the Huntington business cards, I would get those in a heartbeat just because 4% back on the category of your choice every quarter, 7,000 in spend. Really useful. Oh, and 10 really useful categories to choose from. That card's amazing. But we're going to end on this one. But that's going to do it for this. If you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe down below. If you want to become a channel member, please consider doing so. That is $2.99 a month. It's a Tidbit Collector tier. If you want to support me in other ways, check out the Stack Your Points podcast. We record on Monday nights and release the show on Wednesdays and Fridays here on YouTube. We have a live on Thursdays. And check out the pinned comment down below for other ways to support me outside of YouTube as well. Talk to you soon. Thanks for your time. Bye for now.